is to give people the information. So, for example, technology can help. I'm from the technology industry. Let us put every agency budget up on the internet for every citizen to see. People would be outraged. Let us put every piece of legislation up on the internet for everyone to see before they vote on it.
People know. People know. They just don't think that anybody's going to pay attention to them.
Well, I think we've demonstrated over the last several months, you've demonstrated that when the pundits and the politicians discount the American people, they do so at their own peril. You know, the old movie, I'm mad as hell and I don't want to take it anymore. That's how people feel in this state and in this nation.
I know.
People all across California who love this state are saying, you know what? We know what happens with bigger and bigger government, higher and higher taxes, and more regulation. We drive jobs away.
So you tell me, I know I have to go, but will you tell me that you're not going to be in bed with, because, I mean, here you are from California. You're not going to be in bed with the Sierra Club and the Save the Whales people. And
now, Barbara Boxer is, who's the opponent.
You'll tell me now. You won't get into bed with all those people.
No, this is about the voters of California wanting someone in Washington who's not a career politician, who's not afraid to make tough choices or ask tough questions, and who actually knows how the real world works. I know how the real world works. It's the world I've been living in, like you, for the last 55 years in my case.
Good. All right. Thank you very much. Great to see you.
Nice to see you.
All right. Next, I've got a solution on how to balance California's budget. Yeah, nobody will do it, but it's the solution, and it's next. Live from California. I might just walk around Hollywood. I have to tell you, I was invited to the big Oscar party. You know, I don't even know how I got on this invitation list. I have to talk to you about it on the radio, because I'm thinking about just to go, you know, see Susan Sarandon. Hey, Susie, what's happening, baby? Just to drive them nuts. But we'll talk about that later. Also, I want to tell you about this. I'm reading this book. I don't even know how long this has been out. This should be required reading for every American. A Patriot's History of the United States. It's by Larry Schweikart. He was a guy that was on the show, 2 weeks ago? And I actually said to him while we were on, I said, Larry, usually I don't have people on that I haven't read their work. And he said, well, you know, you should read it. I have. I mean, the whole book is like this now. This should be required reading. Please pick it up. It's the history of the United States from Columbus to September 11th. All in like 800 pages. It's a great place to jump off, and you'll learn stuff in here you never learned in school. Well, let's learn some other things. Another budget year, another budget shortfall in California. What a surprise. Progressives, guess what they're coming up for a solution? Raising taxes. America, pay attention, because California is, it's the Petri dish, you know, where they always put nasty things inside the Petri dish, and they're like, look at this, man, look what's growing in here. That's what California is for the rest of the country, because we are doing exactly the same thing that California is doing at the federal government level. And you got to care what they're doing, because the dirtbags in Washington are going to say, oh, California's too big to fail. And you're going to be ending up paying for some stupid Save the Sea Otter campaign and plug-in cars that nobody's going to want. Is that what you want? California has shown that they won't stop spending. Let me show you something. Pete Wilson, by the way, I just did this for SNL, because California can't do math. Pete Wilson in 1991, he had a spending problem, okay? He had a budget of $51.4 billion. And that was out of control. Then it was $75.3 billion under, I don't know, Gray Davis, I think. In 5 years after that, it was $104 billion. It was actually $104.2 billion. So they brought in Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm going to terminate this debt. Really? He promised a new direction for California. Watch. This is what he promised.
This historic election has come about because there's a tremendous disconnect between the people of California and the leaders of California. I'm running for governor to lead a movement for change and give California back its future. I stand for fiscally responsible government, rebuilding California's economic engine.
Excuse me, I think some blood just shot out of my eyes on that one. I'm for a responsible California. Really? Uh-huh. Before Arnold Schwarzenegger? Now, after all of the cuts, we can't possibly find anything else we can spend less money on. That's a new direction. No, it doesn't look like a new direction. Oh, you know what? No. See, I'm not an expert on responsibility, but I think I am a thinker, and I think, see, this is the old direction, and this is the new direction, I think. I'm not sure. Now, it's the thinking like this that has got us into this mess. It's a change in direction. It's a change in direction of about 20 degrees. Unfortunately, it's 20 degrees worse. See, I'm learning. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if somebody would tell us the truth? Wouldn't it be nice if California didn't have the problems raising enough money to keep up with the increase in spending? But there's a $20 billion shortfall expected in the next 18 months. What could possibly be causing the shortfall? Well, it might be, call me crazy, it might be the fact that California is the BTK of the business community. They have the highest tax rate in the West. You want to do business? Hey, come to California. You can do business. And we're only going to ask you to pay, what is it, 8.4 or 8.8? Anybody know? Let's be generous. 8.4%. That's it. That's all you have to do. It has businesses leaving. Neighbor states jumping at the chance to lure them in with ads like this one from Nevada to present companies with a choice. Go to California, or maybe you can go to Nevada. Pigs might fly. It's working. Even Apple has set up a company in Nevada to avoid paying the extravagant tax rates. What about the income tax? The individual income tax is even worse. California has the most progressive tax systems in the country. The second highest tax rate for those making $1 million a year. Now, here's a story that I just love. Oprah Winfrey, in one of her, 400 houses in California, it's reported that she lives in California at that big house part-time to avoid paying outrageous taxes that she'd have to pay if she were a full-time resident. If Oprah Winfrey can't withstand the taxes in California, who can? I mean, that is the perfect example. I mean, Oprah Winfrey, she can afford it. She's backing Barack Obama. I love these progressive celebrities. They cheer progressives who want more taxes, and then they count the days on their calendar when they can live in that one house so they're not getting hit by the taxes. What a scam. What a fraud you people are. It's been proven time and time again. Raising taxes doesn't work. You watch tomorrow's show. I'm going to show you a bit of history that'll blow your mind. New Jersey lost $70 billion in wealth between 2004 and 2008 because the wealthy are leaving New Jersey. The people are sick of it. Did you notice the beginning of that campaign, that ad that we just played for Arnold Schwarzenegger? Watch what he says here.
This historic election has come about because there's a tremendous disconnect between the people of California and the leaders of California.
You're exactly right. There is a disconnect between the leaders of California and the people of California. But he only made it worse. Look at the polls. Here's what the people in California are saying. Remember, we're talking California. 94% say the budget crisis is very serious. The people are awake. When asked if the state should file for bankruptcy, raise taxes, or cut back on services, how many said cut back on services? We're talking California. How many? 43%. California, cut back on services. 28% say raise taxes. 63% say state workers should have their pay cut. If you want to fix your problems, California, try listening to the people instead of the same old progressive failed policies of the past. Somebody has to tell this state and the American people the truth. We're in trouble, gang, and the old tricks out of your bag ain't going to work. You have to look at the other states that have succeeded without oppressive taxes. States that have encouraged business, not punished it. States like New Hampshire. I mean, Hampshire. They're in the heart of Hippieville. They have a socialist senator in New Hampshire, don't they? Is that where he is from? I mean, they're one state away from, the hippie ice cream guys. They don't tax their businesses to death. New Hampshire doesn't do it. It also has no state income tax, no sales tax. Oh, but they don't have any firefighters, roads, or teachers, do they? See, that's part of the progressive lie. They have sold this lie to Americans for decades. Don't buy the lie.